You think you own your house, that car sitting in your driveway, the very phone you might be watching this on. I'm here to tell you, you've been sold a lie. A very comfortable, very convincing lie that we call ownership. But the truth is, you don't really own any of it. Let's start with the biggest one. Your home. You saved up, you signed the papers, you got the keys. It feels like your kingdom, right? But did you pay for it in cash, all at once? If you're like the vast majority of homeowners, about 68% in the US, you have a mortgage. And what is a mortgage? It's a fancy word for a very long-term rental agreement with a bank. Miss a few payments, and see how quickly your ownership evaporates into an eviction notice. They don't even need to be polite about it. The contract you signed gives them the right. And what about property taxes? You pay them every single year, without fail. What happens if you stop? It doesn't matter if the house has been in your family for 100 years and is fully paid off. The government can and will seize it. So, are you an owner, or are you just a tenant paying rent to the government for the privilege of living on a piece of land? It's a permanent subscription fee for your own home. Okay, let's move to the driveway. Your car. You probably have a car loan. Same principle as the mortgage. You're essentially renting from the bank until that final payment is made. But it goes deeper. Modern cars are rolling computers, and the manufacturer holds all the keys. They can disable features remotely. We've seen companies threaten to turn off a car's air conditioning or even its ability to start, all because of a missed payment on a feature subscription. Yes, you now have to subscribe to heated seats in some cars that you supposedly own. The hardware is in there, but you're just paying for permission to use it. And don't forget insurance, registration, emissions tests. A constant stream of payments just to keep your property legal to use. This brings us to the digital world, where the illusion of ownership is most fragile. Think about your library of music, movies, ebooks, and video games. You clicked buy now. Your bank account was debited. It feels like you bought something, a digital equivalent of a book or a CD. But what you actually bought was a license. A fragile, revocable permission slip to access that content. Have you ever actually read the terms and conditions? Buried in that legal jargon is almost always a clause that says the company can terminate your access at any time, for any reason, without a refund. Amazon famously deleted copies of George Orwell's 1984 from people's Kindles. Years ago, the irony is almost too perfect. Gamers have lost access to entire libraries worth thousands of dollars because a platform like Steam or PlayStation Network decided to ban their account. Your digital life, your media, your memories stored in the cloud, it can all be wiped with a single click from a faceless corporation. The statistics are staggering. Over 75% of the digital media we buy isn't owned by us at all. We're just borrowing it. This shift from ownership to subscription, from possession to permission, is everywhere. It's not just Netflix and Spotify. It's software from Adobe and Microsoft. It's storage from Apple. It's even your clothes with rental services. The economy is being re-engineered to turn us all into perpetual subscribers. Why? Because it's a brilliant business model. A one-time purchase is one-time revenue. A monthly subscription is a cash flow that never ends. They've successfully replaced the stability of ownership with the insecurity of renting our entire existence. This isn't just about money. It's about control. When you don't own things, you lose autonomy. You become dependent on corporations and systems that don't have your best interests at heart. Your life becomes conditional. Your access to your own property can be turned off like a light switch. The scary part is how normal this has become. We've been conditioned to accept it. The convenience was the bait, and we took it, hook, line, and sinker. The moral of this story, the stark reality of our time, is that modern freedom is rented monthly. So, what's the solution? Am I saying we should all go live in a cabin in the woods and barter with squirrels? No, but we need a radical shift in our mindset. We need to understand that real ownership isn't about having a receipt. It's about having control. Start by prioritizing things you can actually control. Can you own your data? Instead of relying solely on cloud services you don't control, use physical hard drives for your most important files and photos. Back up your digital life in a place that no corporation can remotely delete. Think about your income. Are you dependent on a single job, a single platform? That's like having a digital mortgage on your livelihood. Diversify, build skills, create multiple income streams, own your ability to generate value. That's a form of ownership no one can repossess. Support businesses and technologies that prioritize true ownership. This could mean buying from local artists, using open source software, or exploring decentralized platforms where you, not a corporation, hold the keys. It's about making conscious choices to reclaim a piece of your autonomy, and most importantly, own your decisions. Stop blindly clicking "I agree." Start questioning the terms. Understand what you're giving up in exchange for convenience. The first step to solving a problem is recognizing you have one. The ownership lie is one of the biggest problems of our generation, hidden in plain sight. Real freedom isn't found in the things you can buy. It's found in the things that can't be taken away. Start building a life where you are the owner, not just the user. Where you hold the keys, not just a permission slip. Because, at the end of the day, the only thing you truly own is your own mind and the choices you make with it. Let's start choosing freedom. Thank you so much for watching and for thinking about these big ideas with me. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that challenges the way we see the world. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's one thing you thought you owned but now realize you're just renting? Let's talk about it. See you in the next one.